everything is the same. It's all, this is what Overwatch League's doing. This is what, and they're not doing a good job of it. This is what Call of Duty League's doing. And they're not doing. It's like everybody's doing it the exact same way, and they're wondering why when it gets to this point, nobody's watching it. Like nobody's watching this that much because it's more of the same. And what's also not happening when you see content like this is you're not seeing anything that really breaks down and has any kind of more information than the average person already knows. Yes, most people know this content already. Most people know why people do it, but you're not seeing it. All you're getting is opinion. This same kind. This looks really good, but this is the same kind of thing. I would love to just start getting more information from these people and not just so-and-so thinks so-and-so is going to do well and so-and-so thinks that so-and-so is playing well. Like, we have the ability now to just really get inside the games and break down and show content in a way we've never been able to do it before. And we're not doing it. It's literally crazy to me how simple you could, just revolutionize and innovate the entertainment side of this. And this everybody's doing. This is exactly the same as everything else. Now, if that's the goal, success. This is success right here. LCS new home, twitch.tv/LCS and Monday Night League. Just like everything you've ever seen before. It's right there, right on a plate for you, But it's, it's the same without providing what NFL provides, without providing what NBA provides, without providing the MLS. We can't really add MLS to it, but I'm just looking for Bud Light League Lounge. It's funny. I'm just hoping that we get to the point where somebody, but maybe can we not innovate? Is there no other way? I mean, XFL just came and they're doing things the exact same way as the NFL doesn't. I'm just so surprised that we're just sticking to this way of doing things. It's like the pace is so slow and so boring and so much the exact same way we've already seen it. The camera work is the same as we've always seen it. The designs are the same as we've always seen it. And I don't know if that's, obviously this is going to be the way it's going to be for a little bit because, people running these things are all coming over from, the big shows, and they're all coming over and explaining, that kind of stuff. Like, look. So what we're seeing right here, like all of this stuff, if you didn't have a clue what was happening right now, even without the audio, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what was going on. Couldn't tell you who's doing what. Why don't we have the ability to fly down there, and really analyze, okay, this is what this person had, like break down what you're seeing, really get down there and explain. We don't have that. We just don't have that in esports right now. I don't get it. I don't get why we're being, I don't want to say lazy, but we're, no one's really breaking down and getting in there and doing anything different. And they're wondering why people aren't watching this kind of stuff. Because this is the same. This could be anybody. This could be anybody right now giving their opinion about what's happening. This guy is guy A and this is guy B, and it could be anybody. Latigers could be any host, name Namerson. That's who these things can be. And that doesn't make it interesting. That doesn't make it unique or special or entertaining. At least not to me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I am definitely not seeing right now where's the innovation. And I mainly have been saying that because of things like the Call of Duty League and the Overwatch League. You're not seeing the innovation in them anymore. I mean, at least Overwatch League now, has things in the bumpers and, some sort of like graphics. Like CDL, when they have nothing to do, they're putting up a blank screen with just a timer. That's all they're putting up. It's like no one has made content and entertaining content to put up on these things. No one is figuring out, hey, we should cut away to this thing where this thing's happening, or we should move over to here and see what this thing's happening. It's crazy to me that you're not hearing about any kind of really unique innovation to any of this stuff. And with the conversations I've been having, I'm trying to help people start to kind of talk about that and figure that out. But when it comes to where the money's coming from, these are all guys who want to know, like, did it work somewhere else? Cool, let's do that. But yeah, it's interesting, man. I'm very surprised that we haven't seen anything new yet. I'm very surprised we haven't seen anything that like really makes me go, damn. those guys they're trying to make this work. This is all just, hoping that the gaming money moves over into the esports money, and let's just do the basic thing that we know works, ish, and hope. How many people are watching this right now? 1,300 viewers for a Monday. 1,300. There is right now probably quadruple that watching some guy play Tarkov. I'd be willing to. You know what? I'd be willing to bet that. Let's look. This is one of the biggest companies in the world, one of the biggest leagues, with 1,300 people watching. And let's see what we got here. Doc's got 23,000 people watching him play PUBG. Let's see. Summit's got 28,000 people watching him play Tarkov. If you have all this, that obviously goes to show content does not match where money is. There's definitely some people learning that just because you put the money up doesn't mean the people will show. But I'm just very surprised that this is what we can do with gaming esports money. Like this. Now, this isn't wrong or bad. There's nothing wrong or bad about this. It's just the same. It's just the same thing. And there is no reason to tune into it. None. You have no connection. Latigris is great. She's a beautiful woman. She's really intelligent. She's, fun to watch on screen. But look at it. It's the same. You're just three talking heads. It's funny I say that because here I am wanting to set up a like an interview type thing where I can talk to people about content. But I'm just like, look what you're seeing. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, I don't even know who this guy is. And not once have I seen his name flown. So they're expecting whoever's watching this just to know who these people are. I have no clue who that guy is. So why should I care? I have no clue who that guy is. So why should I care? And these are basic things that you're just seeing. But this is where, esports is kind of just falling apart. Not falling apart, but not building upon the things that make gaming. Look, they're already they're losing people. Now, sure, these people could be waiting to watch the actual game when it starts, but all I want to see is this get better. And what's even crazier is that this is the minimal of what you can do, and yet no one's doing the minimal for the FGC. No one's doing the minimal for fighting games. There's no money just to make something as this is either an LED wall or a green screen wall. I'm trying to see if I can see the rim around them. That's an LED wall. Okay, so this is an LED wall, whereas the Overwatch League has an LED wall that's green screen, and they got this weird line because they haven't keyed them out correctly. This is the better way to go about it, obviously. You get a little moire because that's the way processors work and color works, but, oh, God, where is this? I think Hungrybox just came out today and was like, oh, look, Nintendo, give us the money. Give us the money. Now, he's not wrong, but any of them. If we're going to do this, if this is all it takes for quote-unquote esports, everybody should have it. Every game should have something like this because this is simple. This is the easy way. But something like Riot doing this blah, 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 this boring, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. What we got? Let's see, we got branding-wise. We got Bud Light branding just this, State Farm, Riot Games. Who else is on here? Red Bull, of course, Like, where's the content showing me anything that's explaining what's happening right here? Without the audio. I have no audio on. No one has any clue what's happening. And yet still, they may have shown their name in the beginning. No idea who this guy is. Still, maybe from the beginning of the broadcast, have they not put his name back up again? No idea who he is. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me the level of content and where it's gotten to. I'm going to actually bring up, let's do, let's do this. Let's see what they've got going on here. So this was the Overwatch League playing in Philadelphia this last week.
It's the city of brotherly love.
Same kind of opening content stuff. There's no love lost
between these Atlantic rivals. Philly's tasted greatness, but never reached the top.
What's good about them is they're at least
2019
utilizing
in the rear
content
view.
from the
They're
last
ready to
season.
make history at home. The sea of young stars looks to slow down the hometown heroes.
Love the Mayhem's new look.
Sharpshooter
Mayhem's
Saya
killing it
player
right now.
faces off versus hit scan legend Carpe.
This is where it starts to get messy. Cover your eyes if you're squeamish.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Oh, somebody stop this guy!
And the Outlaws look to avenge an overtime upset.
Houston Outlaws struggling to make it happen.
Now they have
Washington
2
Justice
seasons of content to
win it
work
in
with to build these
5,
things,
3-2
which is
victory over the
definitely
Houston
where Call of
Outlaws.
Duty is falling apart because
Week
they
one kicked
don't
off with a bang,
have this kind of stuff to make,
but now it's
and
Philly's turn
it's starting to
bring the fire.
really show with all of the content they're trying to put out.
Live from Broad Street, it's the Battle of Brotherly Love.
Battle of Brotherly Love. I mean, sure,
What's up,
of course.
Philadelphia?
So look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's the Philadelphia. That's their new stadium, if I remember it. Their
That's
new
right, folks.
esports arena.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Met Live right here
Surprised Golden
in
Boy's still in this. I think
Philadelphia,
it'd be out of it by
baby.
now. Maybe it's in Philly. Xfinity, Dad Watson.
I couldn't be more excited to be here with you all. And man, I tell you, what a day. What a day we had yesterday. Wasn't that amazing? But it looks like today is just going to
of course it
be
was.
equally as incredible.
That's good.
Always by Wolf, and we are ready to get down to brass tacks and have some solid matches here today. I hope you all
What's
behind us
interesting too is
already
again showing how
as
clean
well.
and simple you can.
First though, let's
set
go
up.
ahead and take
Like,
a look at what happened.
This is when I get annoyed when I hear that any major college, any, whatever, can't set up an Overwatch, a very clean esports arena, a very clean esports setup. Obviously, importance of bandwidth, it's hard to focus on that, but like, it is not hard to set up an esports thing and give it just a decent amount of look. There are people who watch other people's stuff and they're looking at it and they're going, oh man, like how, we can't do that, but you can. There's people that are watching other people who are, obviously just dumping money to make it look like their stuff's so great, but it's like, it's to do it right is to do it a little more, simple. If you're just to get started, I'm not asking for, average college 101 to be the most innovative thing, just get started. Then we can work from there. It's interesting to see. I don't even know if this is their new arena or not. I'm really confused if it is. It looks like it's something not meant just for esports, but
Happened yesterday. Of
it's
course,
simple.
we did see
A table,
Fusion
LED
take that
screens
first
across the front of the table.
victory here in front of this home
What's up,
crowd.
Kyle?
Before
How you doing,
that,
bud?
Florida Mayhem, Fusion's new opponent
That's
today.
right, Florida
were
Mayhem
able
doing
to
it up
sweep
big,
the
beating
Outlaws
Houston
3-0.
Outlaws,
Now to
whooping
start
on
things
them,
off, we have the
whooping on
Washington
them.
Justice, who fell to the Fusion, taking on
but
the
it's
Outlaws.
good because Florida doesn't do that
I
normally.
think that this is looking like a bit of a one-sided matchup.
This is
As
all
the
more
analysts
the
have
same, more the
predictions, and
same.
Houston just weren't predictions, and weekend. I mean, that's boldly stated as well after what we
got here.
after his short
See, same
stint
thing
on
with
the
this is
Boston
all you're
Uprising,
seeing is
then
content
benching,
and
now
bro-
here
this
on
is
Justice.
just the gameplay.
Overall,
This
a
is just
very
the
solid
one same
performance for
point
him,
of view
I'll
of
be
the
honest. I
gameplay.
mean, he's very well versed with it.
How is it that even Overwatch themselves have not created an engine or built something? They do the slow motion thing. And where is where's the unique content from this? Where's the zooming in? Where's the analytics? Where's all of the stuff that would make the esports broadcast more unique and different?
And we had
You
talked
just
about
don't
it
see
after that
I
match.
don't
During
know
that
why.
match,
I don't know
Ellie
what
Vogt,
they're
one of the
waiting
newest
for.
faces, does not have that backup main tank of Lulcich coming
graphics
through
are
yet,
clean,
but
sure,
had
but-
some hot and cold moments overall.
I feel like Elevote, he certainly showcased his incredible skill
What's
at
up, man?
peeling and also controlling high and low ground, but his over-aggressive tendencies sometimes got the better
you
of him
doing?
and he ended up getting caught and picked. And once the Fusion started to understand how he was
What do we got here?
for, and
See, more
Corey and
graphics,
Threats,
more
they're
the
the
same.
ones
It's
to bring it back.
clean.
Oh, taking a look at our
Been
map
saying
set,
this
we
to
will be
oh
going
yeah
to
for sure.
Lijiang Tower, then
It's
Junkertown.
it's a
So
thing,
that
man.
builds
I don't
some
get it.
excitement
I don't
for
get what
potential Widowmaker battles. We don't have Linkser
what we're
in the
waiting
game
for in
yet,
terms of
but
innovation.
definitely
It's
could see
just
himself
all the
into
same,
that
and they're
second map, and then we'll move
you
on
know,
to Kings
look how
Row
simple this is.
and
Look how
see if we
simple
have
this
to
is.
go
There are
further
people.
than
Hold on,
that.
let me
I
go
am
to this real
certainly
quick.
hoping
There is
so.
literally
Let's get
colleges
to
that
that
I've
second
talked
map,
to
and
that are like, we don't know how to set this up. We don't know how to work. We don't know if we have the resources. Yes. Do you not have the ability to put in this giant screen right here? No. Could you put a projector screen right here? Yeah, of course you can. Do you not have the ability to just have 10 computers linked up? Maybe not, but I guarantee you can probably figure it out. Specifically if you're a certain large level campus some of the ones I've talked to. This is not hard to set up, and yeah, dude, I'd love to see the slow mo and zoom snipers replay. I just don't know what they're waiting for. Someday we'll get there. This is not that hard to set up. They're obviously not working that many cameras. You know, obviously we have 10 inputs here. You can drop the inputs. People, you know, this is where you got to start learning about what people want to see. Is, you know, they want to see the gameplay. They want to figure it out. But you know, I don't understand when I hear people saying they don't have the ability to do it. Will you, an average, you know, college or ever, be able to do this? Probably not.
It's much
But
safer to run them
you know,
agree and
actually,
the
I think
post
it's
damage.
in the
Let's see
game
if they
right now. You
commit
can do
after
something like this,
teleports.
but
It's going to be Blase on the symmetric.
You know,
Corey, though,
one
will
camera
go with the
flying
McCree
around.
option. He'll be joining a little bit later, but that's what he wants.
I think there's
at
3
range.
camera drivers
Through with it.
for Overwatch. There's 3
Saw
different
this
flying
just
cameras that they
yesterday.
work with.
Set up on Nepal, so
Maybe even 4.
Lee Jong Tower has been a lot more popular for that Symmetra, and already Roar loses out on that shield. The rest of them cut off by the main
As you can
walls.
hear,
He gets taken
good
down.
casting.
Hydration
Good casting
finds
makes
the
a huge
headshot onto
difference.
Stratus, and that is going to be the first point lockdown for the Houston Outlaws.
Now think about
But
how
this is
difficult it's
still
going to be for
100%
Warriors
a game
to chip their way
that if
in
you
here,
don't know
even
what you're
with
looking
a
at,
diva
you have
on
no
their
clue
side.
what you're looking
They
at.
have to
You'll
go
have-
around
you'll have a
all
single
these
instance of what you're
walls
looking at.
and the shields, the double barriers, and then when they get through, they're going to be facing Blase, who can charge up very quickly, including on the Mei wall if used to try to lock off. Stratus is swapping away from the Mei
Like,
as a result.
here I'm
We'll be
talking
trying to
about
go
it,
for
but we have
opening
no
burst
content
picks with the
explaining that.
Doomfist.
Why do
That
people
Blizzard
keep
is
placing that
almost ready
wall
for
like that?
hydration.
Why is Reinhardt so important?
Pushing their way forward, it's going to be the Nana who's
all
tossed
of
in on
this.
the Roar, trying to keep it live
Where
already.
these walls are all based
Claiming
on, you know,
Blaze's
all-
life.
well,
The immortality
where's
field
the content
keep the Houston
creating
Outlaws alive for
understanding
a
what
considerable
that is?
amount of time. Elligoat's going to be knocked out of the mech.
never
Here we have
get
the
it.
shatter built up
What's
here
happening right
on
now
the side
with
of Roar, but will be taken out by Hydration.
Does it have to be
who's
said
still
while
going
the
to be
game's
holding
being
on
played?
to
No,
that Blizzard.
does not
So
have to be.
no ult's
But
really
it's
going to
not
have to be
being
used by
made
the
or
Outlaws
said anywhere.
outside of the Symmetra wall.
Specifically, if
More
you
than a
were
fourth
here
of his
earlier,
team's damage and leading the server,
watching that whole
Blase
opening thing,
in such
it
a
was
great
just 2
spot to
people
set up
just
that
talking,
proton barrier,
talking,
which
talking,
further
talking.
limits
It's
what
like,
Corey can do. He's
show
only
me.
just now going to
This
get his
is a
first Dead Egg
game.
online,
This is a
and it's
show
going to be so
me what
difficult
you're
to use it
talking
without
about.
a
Show
massive
me
flank.
how,
There's a
you know,
teleporter
Stratus, how
also set up here
badass he
for
is. Show
Houston
me,
Outlaws to
give me an
rotate
in-depth
immediately. They
view
see
of
Stratus,
what
they know he's trying
that
to come from
is,
this
you know?
angle. Maybe they don't.
Flying up, gets the punch, uppercut, takes out Jekse. Yeah, just weren't ready for that one. Mortality field doesn't come through fast enough
Understanding
either.
what that combo just
Perfectly
was.
timed,
You know,
Stratus
like,
gets the
what was
punch
the
on the
keystroke to make that
hydration.
combo? Boom,
Knock him
boom,
as soon
boom.
as he comes out of that ice
Everything.
block. They will get the pin.
We're not getting any of
Quickly
that. This
over
is
to the
where,
side,
you know,
Stratus
obviously
will
football,
survive.
baseball.
And that will
You
be
know,
the
we
flip
all
coming
we've
back through.
learned to
73%
understand
on
the
the board for
mechanics of the
Houston.
game to
Blase
really
had a
appreciate them.
teleporter
You
on that
know
approach angle for Stratus.
when a quarterback
It
goes
looked
out
like
of
he was
pocket,
checking
why
corners,
he's
but he must have
scrambling.
just
You know
barely missed it.
what
And that's
probably
all it
broke
takes. You
down
get
at this
caught in
point
your
now.
blind
We know
spot.
probably what
Stratus
happened
picks up
to
2
the
kills.
O-line. We know what
Houston Outlaws
happened
use 3
in the
ults
NBA
in
when
fight
someone
and
steals
still
the ball.
come
We
up
kind of have an
empty.
idea what, you know,
You see Blase
here.
swapping over now
Unless
to
you
the
know the
McCree to
game,
help
you don't
deal
have
with that
a clue what's
Doomfist. The
happening.
stun,
You don't understand
the
really why
flashbang is
people are
going to
doing
be
what they're
so
doing.
useful in
And,
stopping those flanks.
you know,
Sleep onto hydration. So now they don't have the Mei wall to help escort, so that is just going to be delaying them further. Get a bit of damage through.
This is
The
getting my
ice block
point.
is well going to be forced out. The punch comes through. Supercharger going to be laid down. Now we'll see the sound barrier drawn out. Stratus goes into the back, manages to find Blase. There's nothing he can do. A 2-0
Look,
start.
this is everybody's doing the same thing. Game wins, come out, move to your Steadicam.
Unleash
Steadicam
on
moves
towers for
around in the
Washington
semicircle,
Justice.
left to
Close
right.
but no cigar, a fitting way to
Maybe push it on
describe
somebody,
Houston Outlaws'
draw down the
failure to
line.
find value on the McCree.
You know, it's the same
Could be 2 series in a
every
row
time.
where they are outclassed by Star DPS on the other side. Corey's flanks cutting the team in half and setting up great engages for the Justice. Leads them to a first map win.
Yep, excellent stuff
There,
here.
they're gonna do the slow
Both
motion
Stratus
thing in a
and Corey.
Brandon
Some
Stanley.
solid
What's up,
moments
man?
overall for the Outlaws,
Thanks for
but
the
going to need
follow.
to piece more together if they want to climb back into this series. So starting 1 down, we'll see if they can tie us up when we come back for the next map.
Sure, that's fun. That's, you know, cool. Give me an understanding of what
Coca-Cola
the fuck
is
is
the
happening.
official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
All right, let's see what we got here. Coca-Cola. Haven't seen any activation for Coca-Cola whatsoever. I haven't seen a single thing that makes sense why Coca-Cola is a part of this. And then this, right here, this would be a perfect spot for somebody to be breaking down content, for things to be happening. And here what we have right now is just, hey, what's up, Jason Blanchard? Thanks for a follow. What we have right now is just content that is stale. We are sitting and just watching a clock breakdown. Now, sure, what you're getting obviously is a break where anybody can get up, get a drink because you're watching it. You got the score, you got the game they're playing, who's coming up next. But why is there not at this point in the right time right now? Why is there nothing happening that's actually explaining what we just saw? You know, why is there any breakdowns? You know, where I think the NFL in 2010 had that 3D where you got inside the game, and even now they use the Madden engine to explain things. Why have we not gotten? Why has nobody built the engine where I can get inside of the tower, move around inside it, and really kind of slow-mo? This is what happened. I don't know if it's they cannot record the models and the engine at the same time. I don't get why this is what content has become. This, like we're just sitting here. There's nothing going on here. This is esports. This should be where we innovate what's happening at this time. And yet, yes, a normal football game would have gone to commercial. This is not even branded, which is crazy. Like there's no brand, there's no anything. There's nothing happening now. We are just staring at a clock. Like now, imagine now you're sitting. This is us watching on the broadcast. Imagine you're sitting in that arena. Everybody's just walking. What do we do? Where's the engagement? Where's the thing that is going to make people engage here? This is what esports needs: is learning to engage and provide, some sort of, bang for your buck for these weird wasted moments. Same graphics.
This has been
promo
written
video
in the scriptures.
Brings you
we're
back
gonna see
in.
the pinnacle.
Washington is looking really good, looking towards the future. Houston trying to build some blocks for next year as well, but this Washington team...
I love watching Justice's look. I think they have the best kit.
Corey! And he's already off to a great start. 2 kills for him.
Bruh, moment if I've ever seen one.
Oh, get wrecked! Who's got the lead?
Yeah, this is
Green on the
bread
left
and
side of
butter
the kill feed. The
esports
Outlaws
content.
picking up
Nothing
kill after
really
kill
wrong
on the
here.
cleanup. Corey is the carry. Like, that is just what's happened for this team. When they need it the most, he comes up absolutely clutch.
Spicy noodles. What's up,
And the
buddy?
Washington
How are you
Justice
doing?
win it in 5. 3-2 victory over the Houston Outlaws. They put up one hell of a
Like
fight.
Bud. I read a thing the other day where someone who said Bud is actually the lowest form
Eclipse
of.
into the past.
That's
Over
funny
there
what
from
he's got
stage
going
4
on.
is Stratus.
I read somewhere that
shows
Bud is the
off
lowest
his
form
socks.
of
I mean, we are here in the
chief
city of
or
brotherly
sport
love, and
or,
there's not a better
boss.
example
I
of
heard Bud
brotherly
was the
love,
lowest
I
one.
think,
I love Bud.
than
I say
that
Bud all the
between
time.
Corey and Stratus.
I say Chief the most.
Tend to
I
agree.
say Bud too.
This is a duo that has more chemistry, I think, than any other duo we've seen, at least in terms of on-camera presence and how they work together as a DPS unit. And we're just seeing.
What would you say
struggles
your
on the
favorite
other
esports game
side
is?
with the Houston Outlaws in terms of that McCree matchup, and
My
Corey's one of those players
favorite.
who, if
What
hits
is
down
my
here, you give
favorite
him
of
that,
all
he
of
can
them right
play in.
now?
He will excel. Raucus will substitute in for Repel. And that leads us to question.
I would
will we see
honestly
more
say, I
of that
think.
Brigida armor pack strategy
Man, it's
that
so
we saw
rough
from the
because
Outlaws
it's like your
yesterday.
favorite. It may
They
also
fell
be the
short
one.
in their
Are you
match
asking
against
just my
Florida
favorite
in the mirror. We
esport
haven't
that's
seen the
happening,
justice
or
from
the one that's
Brigida
doing it the
just
best?
yet.
What are you
So
specifically
let's see if the Outlaws
asking
can
about?
transform Junkertown into their map with this substitution.
Well, Junkertown.
Because I mean, I
mentioned
think
before,
these
perhaps
guys
Linkser come
have
through.
it figured out.
This
They're
with
just
a
doing
Widowmaker,
it
but
the
not to
simplest,
be.
most boring way they could be
Means
doing
that
it. You know,
be a bit
They're-
worrisome
it's
if Corey
it's very
feels open
best one that's
to go
happening.
for the Widowmaker.
Man, that's
Very
tough.
hard to respond against that.
You could
Especially
say
when you're
this, but
running-
they're
I mean,
not.
look, it's tough
You
to
know,
run double
you
shield
could say
tank
Call of Duty
against
League, but they're
Widowmaker
not.
on this map because
I
there's
like
so many
Rocket
different
League,
sight
like
lines
Rocket
for
League's
so many
doing.
high
I still
grounds to
think
work with
Gears
and
has
decides to go for that hero.
the
So oftentimes you
chance,
see, especially on
but
maps
they're
where
just
you can throw
being
the double shield,
ran
it's difficult to
terribly.
run
Their
Widowmaker.
marketing is being
In
ran
this
terribly.
case,
I can't
once
believe
they
there's an
scout the
active
competition
league going
the
on.
Outlaws
You
are
don't
running,
even
they
know
certainly
what's
consider
happening.
it.
You don't know where it's
Raucus will
happening,
be
when it's
on
happening.
the Ana
If you
here,
weren't a
not the
fan,
Blazers.
100% deep
Have
fan,
that
you'd never know.
Blase will not have
So it
the
makes me
armor
wonder,
pack
where's
as
all
well
the
to keep
marketing
them
dollars
alive.
going
So
for
we
these
may
guys'
see big
teams?
swaps
Like,
here for the Justice once they scout this composition
even
out.
for
Corey will start the sim
what is it
for
called?
now.
For Call of Duty, like,
No port, he's just gonna
where's the
like, oh, my
content
wrong
that's
about
building
that.
up that there's going to be
Yep,
another
drops
homestead?
down,
Where's the
Very
build-up
aggressive,
video
force out the ice
ads
block
where I
already.
know it's
Corey
coming?
was
Because
taking
these
the
are
spot,
not
but nearly
these
got
aren't
back
just
up.
like regular games where
He's
Team A
suited.
shows up. This is full events that are happening every
Riding
week
covering fire
that are
here for his
hosted
team
by
as
the
they
home team.
start advancing
Big
the card
events.
already. Moonlight
Where's
gets
the
desperate, goes
promotion
for
where I
the
can
pin. We'll
get
get
excited
exchange
for it
above
the following
Reinhardt.
week?
As they fall down,
I have a friend
but
that
now
works for
nothing
Riot
to stand
Games called
behind
BJ
Blase.
and said the
Left
marketing of LOL is
exposed.
currently terrible.
Block again, gonna
I
be
don't
burnt
know.
by
The Monday
Hydration.
Night
Has
League
the wall
is
up,
not
trying
very
to get
good.
himself
But
alive.
this is where it gets the
Shot
issue. They
after
always joke
shot.
about this, like,
Mark
you know,
will be
how many
taken
times
out
do you see a
before he finds
commercial
that
for
shot.
Ferrari? How many
Another one.
times do you see a commercial for
As Echo
Bentley?
gets
You
popped
don't,
out.
It
because
was such
people
a great
know what they're
response from
getting,
the Outlaws,
and if they
too.
want one, they'll find one.
But now they're going to
So I
lose
get
control.
that, but
Corey gets
when you
that
have a
kill,
thing
and
you're
that's
trying to
all it
promote,
takes for
like
Outlaws.
the Monday
They dealt
Night
with the
League
teleport
and
well.
all that,
They responded
it's
quickly.
bad.
They saw
No
the
one
spot
knows
to
what's
the middle.
happening.
They retreated into
There,
that room
I
where
should
they
know
had less
more
line of
about,
sight.
specifically
We
if
saw
we're talking
Muma
about esports, esports being as big as it is, and as broad as it is. If we're talking about it in that case, then why don't we ever see anything until after it happens? Where's my big piece of content getting me excited for any of these things, whether it's Rocket League or League of Legends or, you know, Call of Duty League, or, you know, where's the stuff that is every week I know, okay, something's coming up this week. You know when there's going to be a football game at this point, because we've had football for 50 years and we know Monday Night Football, we know Thursday Night Football. But here's the thing. There's people who still sometimes miss Thursday night games because you forget there's a Thursday night game. But you know there's a Monday Night Football. You know there's Sunday football. People sometimes still miss Thursday because you forget, oh, that's right, there's Thursday, there's football. We haven't done a good job of promoting that. That's 100% true. Now, what do you think of dumb... I'm not going to say that out loud, which is funny. But, I mean, to be fair, CSGO is a fantastic... esport. I think it's crazy that a game has lasted that long and still relevant. I would like to see, I'd love to see where that I guess where that kind of grows to. I'm a big fan of CSGO. I think they've got a lot of long tenured content and long tenured fans where those people know where to go and where to find what to look for. There's too many games, there's too many competitions, but I would definitely love to see again, more content, specifically if we're talking about just things like this, just things mainly based in North America where we're trying to build a huge scene. You know, where is the content that lets me know that things are happening? Where's the content that's telling me, you know, what's going on? Obviously, you have something as big as like the Fortnite World Cup. That's one event. That's one. And so they build up and put the money behind that. But like, where's the stuff that shows me what's happening for these things, you know? And even now, like, you know, this is the stuff. If I didn't have the audio on right now and you knew nothing about Overwatch League, you couldn't tell me what was happening. You probably couldn't even tell me when you knew what character was on which, because that's just the way it is. This is why Call of Duty League has a leg up. You know, you're watching somebody, you know, normally there's 3 objectives. Either I'm trying to kill people over there, I'm trying to take over the space over there, or I'm trying to defend the space that I have right now. That's Call of Duty in a nutshell. Easy to figure out. This is not. So it requires a certain level of explanation. And the casters do a phenomenal job of keeping your brain going and keeping you actively engaged, because you'd have no clue what was happening without them. But even still, you know, when she's got the defense matrix up, when, you know, Reinhardt's running there, you know, you don't really have... That's just a terrible... I don't know how old you are, but that joke's not going to work. I just want to see where this kind of stuff starts to grow to. I want to see where the content kind of builds to, you know? Because if not, I'm not worried about them. If not, you know, we're going to get more of the, you know, the growth not happening. We're seeing numbers so low that, you know, I think it was the other day the Overwatch League had, I think they said there was only 20. I think I saw on the numbers that 20,000 people actually were watching. They said later on 60,000. I think I saw on the VOD 600, you know, 1,000. But like, we're seeing, you know, the Call of Duty League or Overwatch League in its 3rd season, numbers have dropped dramatically. And, you know, sure, it could be the YouTube change. It could be the YouTube curse, if you will. I don't. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I just want to see where these guys start to innovate to make it so that people actually know what is happening, when it's happening, and where it's happening. Because right now you don't have a single clue what that is or where that is. My big thing that I'm getting to also is that what's good about this is that
off the 2020 season with, but
same camera work you always see.
Left to be had, including, as you said,
you like League of Legends? Oh, I love League of Legends. I love League of Legends. I wish I was better at it. I think it's great.
So we'll see how the
you know, I think it's interesting now that you don't hear as much when it comes to broadcast about like Dota than you do League of Legends. But you know, it's. I love League of Legends. I think it's fantastic. I think Riot's got a better chance of really kind of taking over all of these sports if they just keep at what they're doing. They keep pumping into the scene and keep promoting esports. I don't, like I said, I saw their Monday night thing. I don't get what they're doing. I don't get why they're not promoting it more. Why I don't feel like I have an idea of when and how it's happening. Maybe it's because it just started, but I'd love to see more of it. I just like all the rest of these things, I want to see more content explaining what's happening. I want to see more content talking about the people, why they made those choices. I want to see the breakdowns happening of Call of Duty League starting to do this a little bit too. After the games, they go to find the person, they discuss with them. You know, Call of Duty League is working on that kind of stuff, whereas you know, here we're doing this victory moment thing they're trying to add on. But like, where's the post game content where these guys are now really breaking down? This is what I did. This is how I did it. You know,
That's kind of sad, not gonna lie.
it's interesting too because, you know, this is what we don't see a lot of. Is these are guys who both speak English. You don't see that a lot in the Overwatch League. But I think Washington's kits are some of the best ones in the league for sure, though. I'm a Mayhem fan. I like what they did this year, but I think Washington has one of the best looks.
Most importantly, both of you get closer to me. God damn. Okay. How you feel this meta is really playing into both? Yeah, wonderful guys. Give it up for Stratus and Corey of the Washington.
It's good that they're filling these stadiums a little bit.
On your win, Cassius, back to you.
The win in front of the hometown crowd, even if he's
what
not
do you,
a part of the
Cali Charts? Are you a fan of League of Legends? Is that your
I mean,
game?
look, Corey had so
What do you
many
think
great moments
of League of
throughout
Legends?
this weekend, not just today, but across multiple heroes. And he's the flanker that split Outlaws apart and yesterday gave Philadelphia Fusion so much trouble. This guy is a role star, and he's one of the best hit scan players coming out of the West, and he might find himself being a top 3 DPS throughout
Wonder
the
who you
season
are.
if the track record continues and the meta goes his way. Do not sleep on this man, and do not sleep on the Washington Justice. This is not the 2019 Justice we all just watched. This is a new team.
I mean, averaging over a kill a minute there, and the 10-minute metric as well as 1,000 damage. So extremely good performance from Corey on that McCree, as well as all of the other heroes that we did see him play. You know, the Widow, the Tracer, albeit not for nearly as long.
It's just more
That was
of the
just the first
same.
match of the day. We've got another one.
We got the big one.
Do you remember who's playing in that one? It's the Florida Mayhem and
Philadelphia Fusion.
Let's look at some of the Call of Duty League, because I know this is where it really starts to fall apart. So we got Atlanta FaZe this weekend, their home series. So that should be interesting. We'll see if they have any kind of, because I know, as we were talking about before, I know that majority of the proceeds of the homestand go to the team themselves. So it's on the teams themselves to make the homestand itself successful. But I still feel like the broadcasts are just empty. They're all so empty. Let's see what this finals looks like.
Can you guess what's coming up next?
More chanting, more.
Maybe a few more drinks, maybe a couple more songs, but that hype battle, friends, it's happening.
What are we going to see, of course, with Gunfight? It's going to be an exciting, interesting.
It also seems like Call of Duty has figured out how to broadcast both for inside and outside the broadcast.
We know
This is
absolutely
the
nothing
hype
about
battle.
what these players are going to be rolling into these matches with. And again, 2v2 gunfight for those of you who have played Modern Warfare.
Professional Call of
Here.
Let me play a celebrity in some 2v2.
Crowd, you're gonna have to get turned with us.
It's game day, presented by Game Fuel, of course. And we're getting turned up on the desk right now because I'm so excited for this final that is happening here, gentlemen behind us.
Made the jet ski noise.
Yes,
That's the good. That's what you say when you're on a jet ski.
Yeah,
Woo!
Doug Martin.
This is really good. Wow, that's nice.
Someone's gonna want to teach her how to turn her can towards the
We did
camera.
just see Chicago Huntsman tear the Paris Legion's dreams apart there on the main stage, going straight to a game 5.
Let's see this. So here's my problem
His
with
patience
these.
as well, coming through there massively. You
Is
can
that
push.
this
You
content,
can sometimes
the way that
push
they
a little
open
too
these
hard and
things
give your position away, and then
is
obviously
always
get traded
very
out, but he
slow and
just
boring,
was-
and they just
he was going
rehash
for it, but in the best
content
way
and video that
possible.
you've
He
seen
looked
the
like Nicolas
entire
Cage
time.
in Next. He was absolutely seeing the future. The question is he going to be able to do it again? Seth, the new Nicolas Cage.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. We're really excited for this final. But you know what? We need to meet our finalists on that main stage right now. Frankie, we're heading over to you.
Thank you, Lottie. Now, first up is a team whose
Very surprised to see
campaign has
her,
only just begun. The
in Call of
Chicago
Duty
Huntsmen.
All right, so they play these videos, right? This is the same stuff we've seen already. They don't really show anything that great in the recap videos. This is the same kind of stuff we've seen over and over again. I'm very surprised this is what the Call of Duty entrances are like. They're not super exciting, and I feel like this should be where they're announcing the players. Each one of these things should say, I don't know if maybe they do it at the end, but if not, this should be where you're introduced. This should be the video that introduces each player and gets you hype. So that's okay. So then that's the team.
For our second finalist, the last two encounters with the Huntsmen have not gone their way, but maybe third time's gonna be the charm for Dallas Empire.
So they're already on this. So they're. What is this? So they're now just showing these videos just to show the videos. It's so weird. No name of the players.
Let's hear it for your two final teams, Chicago Huntsmen and Dallas Empire! Mixed reaction there. I had more noise for Dallas Empires. I know what those boo means.
Look at him laughing. Look at him laughing.
Lottie and the guys on the desk because I need to hear their predictions.
So you've now introduced the teams. We're going back to the desk.
Come up here real quick. I want to hear your prediction, man.
Here we go. Here we go.
Where's the flow of the show?
3 rings.
I think, realistically, Chicago, because we had very close series versus Dallas, and we were playing pretty poorly.
Okay. Statement.
Thank you, man.
I mean, we almost... Did we win a search versus Dallas? Almost.
I was seeing something happening in the background. Probably went back to the desk.
We are very bad at
Ooh, what is this camera?
I wouldn't say you're very bad. You're getting there.
Well, we were
This is
getting
supposed to be the
there,
safety camera.
I don't know. I would say Chicago, and since they're off a hot win,
Somebody maybe using a 2X.
it'd be mind-blowing if
2-time extender on a far camera because this looks weird.
They have a lot of veterans on Dallas, and it is possible.
All right, I'm going to take that as my prediction. I'm going to use Damon's prediction.
I already told you it's going to be 3-2 Dallas.
Come on, I want to know one
third time
thing.
is the charm, dude. It's so hard to beat.
I want to know one thing before you go.
I think we're going to have a great match, but I think Chicago will win, and if not, well, maybe we're better than we think.
Before you go, I want to know one thing just before you go. Can we see you guys improve and come through this season hotter than ever?
Us? Well, we have a lot to figure out. Our respawns
Man,
are
this is
50-50.
so weird.
We're really good at domination, though, 4-1. Our S&D, well, we finally won in S&D, but everything else, I don't know. We're really 50-50 right now, but that's kind of
Now,
why
I think if I was
Chicago
behind the
will
desk,
win,
if I was the guy in the
because
booth,
we
and I'm like,
almost
yeah,
took
I would
Dallas
probably
in the
actually
first
be
one.
doing this too
Second
because
one I say
it gives
was
something.
not
But
as
now it's running
close
too
as the
long.
first
But
one.
there could be a problem
I
going on that I
think
don't know
Chicago
about.
is just a
There's a lot of
stronger
movement in the
team
background
overall.
right now.
Love it. Do you know what, Karma? I can't wait to see you guys.
But just
back
remember,
again. Let's
they've
go.
already introduced these teams,
Honesty
and we're just
is
waiting for the
unreal
game to
here.
start
I'm
now.
loving
There's
it.
no flow to these
Loving
shows.
it. Thank you, Karma. Right. Do you know what? We're going to get right now to our casters because our game is ready. But
as well.
what
And
an
especially
amazing
if I have
game
to
day by
listen to
Game
Clint.
Fuel. These two are just talking next to me. They don't even care. But they're just very excited, obviously, about this game. But gentlemen, up in the box, casting this insane final. Tell me how you guys are feeling.
I feel great. It's like 10 p.m., but I'm feeling good. The caffeine has been flowing as we get ready for what? This is our first home series final. Our London home.
Much better. Much better. I agree with them. But
I do talk too much. Unfortunately, I get paid money to talk, but as we gotta get into this, and this has been what? This is the third time we're gonna see these teams
It's very
play.
WWE.
The third time already in just a couple of weeks. It's an instant rivalry because of like what? Just Krim and Seth alone has created that. But let's take a look at the head-to-head. And what I think is crucial here. We
Normal-
take a look
normal
at the KDs.
content.
So the big thing is what? They split the searches. They split the DOMs. The big standout is that Dallas has not been able to win a hard point against them.
What's crazy again
We
is
just
that
saw Huntsman lose both
they
their hard
introduced
points
the
in the last series.
teams,
So
but they didn't introduce
are
the
they a little
players.
vulnerable, Joe, there?
One time they introduced the players, and then they introduced the team, and then they introduced the players again. I don't see where the benefit of this is. I don't know where. I mean, these graphics look great, but this flow is terrible.
In Hardpoint right now, and I love what Nameless said. I think Map 1 is so important for the Dallas Empire.
They're in the PlayStation screen.
All right, well, Joe, we did
I mean, live shows. You never know what's going to happen on a live show, but this is the amount of money that went into this league. How is this possible?
How much do you think, with your pro player experience, does that apply to this particular matchup?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You're going to continue to make adjustments, but with what we just saw stats-wise, like there can't be a 0.3 difference in the hard points, right? It's not like the games were close. The game that was close in Minnesota was this.
Now, this is normally the problems with this show. These shows, both of them, the kind of technical delays.
A lot of teams got away from it in the veto process.
What's this?
We're going to be going to Petro, so a bit of a
More the
difference
same,
there.
more the same.
We've seen
Okay,
both
now we're
squads.
starting here.
I don't think there can be any excuses about not being warm, not being hot. Like, they had an hour and a half, 2-hour series to get things going.
I just think it's crazy because one of the sort
I
of
don't
keys
like,
for the old
again, weird things. These are just things that annoy the shit out of me. Chicago, Huntsman, Empire, Dallas. Like, why are they not Dallas Empire? Because they're called the Dallas Empire. I saw this last time, too. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why they would make that decision. I don't know if that was Mbox that did that, but that's weird
Dynasty,
to me.
Right? That T2P, your Crim and your Karma, the way you beat them in a series was always taking search and destroy. So the fact that they were just able to win both, right? They were put to the test. They lost 2 hard points.
We're starting into a
Just
game,
says
right?
So much to me about this team.
All right, Joe. It is time. Here we go. It is the
I'm surprised also
London
one of the
home
things they don't cut
series
to is
final. Our
framed map
home
of the
series
map from
final
top
that we've
down,
had for the
kind of like what's
22
in the game,
2020
but
season,
that the broadcast can see,
it could not
or they
be
can
a
actually
better
kind of be like,
matchup.
okay, almost
It's
like
Huntsman
the play with the marks and the lines. They can be like, okay, they're gonna go up and to the left, and they're gonna cut here, and this is where the defensive line, like having that kind of tactical information.
Can Empire win a hard
would be
point?
fantastic.
Can they do it
I
against
don't
the
understand what they're not doing it.
Again, this was a close one in Minnesota. Most caves are, but yeah, Chicago, they're coming off a very hot map number 5. Dallas had to wait around, but they had a reverse sweep of their own. So both of these teams in the semis, you know, winning those game 5s is crucial.
Arcides hot to end that last
So,
series. Started
gameplay,
slow. He got
blah,
smoked
blah,
reverse.
blah,
Like,
blah.
he had like a he
What
was
happens
9
in
and
between?
28 or something at some point in the beginning or late game of that map 1, but really came alive over the course of it.
Okay.
Last time they played.
The
Empire
end of this
put
map.
to
Okay.
bed. It's
Huntsman
a
win.
Huntsman map 1 win.
Got it. Normal. Cut to the jib. Jib moves, floats around. This is standard, just like we saw on the other one.
Empire brought
Floats
it back,
and goes
Joe,
down the
but
line.
you can take a look at 3 or 4 moments where you feel like they should, or 3 or 4 hard
There he
points
is. Nope.
where Empire
You're live.
should have gotten a
Don't
lot more
move.
time than they did.
Yeah, Dallas is going to be frustrated watching this VOD.
Yep.
It's just the way it's going to be. They were set up twice on first and second rotation at Cave East. That have to get more points. But we're going to take a look here. I mean, it's just the assault rifles on both sides.
Will anything glow? Will anything light up? Will anything show me what they're talking about specifically?
Did not have a great game.
Nothing. No circling.
time he was around
No
double
drawing on
but
this.
Once again, it's just
Nothing.
so consistent across the board.
You're just staring at numbers.
Everybody contributing for Chicago. It's Envoy on rotations. It's Scump on rotations. And when it comes to holding all the lanes,
And we wonder, like, it's not the point of this is not to be hypercritical of any of this kind of content. What it is to say that we're not. This is the thing that we're trying to now make the new thing. And you're taking some of the most boring parts of the other sports, and you're leaving out some of the exciting parts of the other sports.
The hard point into Cave East, and they got in immediately. You just don't see that break that often, and it came from Arcides. And you just saw he was shooting lasers. He just destroyed Clay in that one. And he had his number a couple of times, and those long-range fights were going down. I know Clay dropped a bomb.
Now look, we're watching the play of the game from the same camera angle that we already saw whatever had happened in the first place.
Wow.
So my question is, where is the thing that show? I want to see it from the other point of view. I want to see it from a different point of view. Where's the floating camera there?
But I will say, Dallas was there once again. Like, it just feels like every single time they match up, it's getting closer.
Yeah, I totally agree.
5-0 though. Now
And Scump made the mistake on the very first set, getting off and blowing up. And now it's all anybody wants to see. It's all they ever want to see. And they're almost forcing it out of them.
Search and destroy. If you watch Minnesota, they played Arklov. Empire had their way with the Huntsman. It was not close. It was 6-1. Huntsman looked out of sorts. Empire had a game plan. I think we both feel, though, that Huntsmen have gotten better. They've gotten better at searching. You just saw them play that in the map 5 in the last series against Paris. So they've gotten better there. But how are they going to match up against Empire is the question.
The hell is that?
Bounce back now, because that's a tough loss. That's a tough loss, because that's when you know you should have won. You got a big
The whole
game
point
out
of
of
this,
your
again,
vets.
is just to talk about
That's a tough pill to
how
swallow,
we can
because you haven't
improve.
won the hard point yet, and that's the one I think you felt you really let it slip away.
It's
they're
tough
waiting
for
to start
Crim,
the
too,
next
because
game.
even in
Right.
Minnesota, like, he played just so well on this map against the Hunt.
What happened here?
And that's why he used the pistol. He hopped off of it for a second, had to restart it. He had to
Like this map.
restart it. And
This map should be its own
because
screen
Gunless jumped
somewhere
off the
else.
side. I think it created an awkward timing for Clay. He thought he was going through the back door, so Clayster just sprints right through.
That just gave me chills. I was stressed out. That was dude watching him
Chills.
trying to
Gave me
hop up there. I'm
chills.
like, man, please.
Again.
Round 11 to Huntsman. 2-0 edge.
Interesting too. The broadcast comes in so bad quality.
What a series it has been thus far.
I'm actually surprised
Shot comes out,
he has
or,
a sniper in his back pocket. He just doesn't try to hit one snipe.
A nail biter of a
Steadicam
hard
comes out,
point.
falls down the line.
Around 11,
Steadicam.
search and destroy.
Our handheld comes through,
What's
zooms
gonna
in,
happen
stares.
the Dom? They've split it so far this year. Dom up next.
Back to the graphic. We'll get a replay of the same thing. Hey, look, cool. We got a replay of the fist bump, and that's important. Now we're gonna go to the countdown clock. This is where the innovation needs to happen. Right here. This cannot be what esports is. This cannot be what we're doing. If I'm anybody and I have this up on YouTube, I've left. I've clicked out. I've stopped. I mean, unless I'm so into it that I'm just gonna sit and wait like this. This is what we're looking at. There should be somebody's job where their only thing they do the entire night is to do something during this time. And it's quiet. No music's even playing. All right, well, that's enough of that.